let me buy you a drink while we're dancing a blink. I could go for some queen bee too. Bass is going boom boom. If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over. We can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide.
What's going on, guys? Kivox here, and we're gonna be talking about some D&D related stuff today. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Hopefully you guys are into D&D. If you're not, go get into D&D, please. It's freaking D&D. Like I mentioned in a previous video, Meekachii and I recently, in the past 7 or 8 months or something like that, we got into D&D. At least it feels like that long. Maybe it's less or more, I don't know. But if it wasn't for a specific person, our current DM right now, Sebastian, we really wouldn't be into D&D as much as we are. We definitely wouldn't be playing like a full-fledged campaign right now because we would be completely lost. About a month back, I would say, I was talking with Meekachii and I was like, hey, we should probably get him something. And this is I would definitely say, guys, if you have a DM that like goes out of their way to run the game for you guys and to just, you know, do a good job, and you guys like haven't really thanked them, and if you don't pay them, because I know there are DMs that charge for their services, and you don't pay them, and they're just your friend, and they put a bunch of work into it. First of all, just like appreciate them, like, you know, tell them that they're doing a good job, tell them that, oh man, that was really fun if you had fun. Obviously, if you have problems, then let them know that too. But we've been having a blast. We're playing Curse of Strahd, and it's our first campaign that we've ever played. So that's super stressful, but it's definitely, that campaign to me is definitely like a love-hate because I'm like so stressed out every time I play. But what I decided with Meekachii was that we wanted to give our DM something, to make something for him. At first, we were just going to buy him something, and then I decided, like, I think it'd be way cooler to buy him something and to make him something. So I made this metal, well, I didn't make the metal die. I bought some metal dye that I thought looked really cool, and then I made the case for it for display. My goal with this, first of all, it's obviously double-sided, right? Because there's the glass on both. It's not glass. It's acrylic, whatever. My plan was to make like a little box or something that he could display the dice or have it on. Like originally I was going to do like a frame so you could frame it up and, you know, whatever. I was going to put thank you and stuff on there. But I decided to make it a little bit more classy. So this is kind of like you could put it on your coffee table. You could display it whatever way you want. And Sebastian, look, if you're watching this and you don't like it, I'm sorry. I worked really hard on it. I spent like, I spent a while trying to design it to figure out what would look cool. I had a couple of test things here that I was using. So this is actually made out of Purple Heart, which is a beautiful hardwood, like very like just a really nice like hardwood, and it just so really purpley and just very, very classy. All right. It's very classy. For the most part, like if you guys want to make this, it's fairly simple. If you have the right tools and you have the patience and you measure properly, you'll be okay. So here's a feature of it. What's cool is that you can still use the die. So they're just magnets that hold this shut, so you can still, you know, dump the dice out and use them, which is super cool in my opinion. So you can still, I don't want to tilt it too much because they will all fall out. But there you can see where the magnets are, and then this guy just goes on there and shuts. So you can put it on a table, you can lay it down like this if you want. It's just, I thought it looked really cool. Originally I was gonna make just one hole for each and not go all the way through, so the die sat in like a little cavity basically. But then I decided I think it would look really cool to have the light shining through the back. Let's pop these guys off. Hold on a sec. Here is the actual piece of wood, the actual Purple Heart. I did go in there with a little bit of some silver acrylic just to kind of give it a little bit more, you know, just some dynamic coloring to make it just pop a little bit better. For the most part, I measured. I wanted the center to be in the center, and then I was gonna try to make these even with these, but then I thought it's technically supposed to go like this. But I thought that this would look a little bit cooler. It's not perfectly. It's very hard to get everything perfect with with like hand power tools. If I had a CNC, then this would be super easy to make because I could just make the pattern and then have it cut it out for me. But I don't have one. I did it with a chop saw. This was like a great find. This is a picture frame, a magnetic picture frame with two sides. And originally what I was gonna do is just have it, like I said, one side and then just have the piece of glass over it. But I decided that it would look cooler with the full cutout on both sides so that you can like stand it up like this and you have the light coming through and all of that. All I did was I measured out the size for the die. And as you can see, this one fit perfectly, this size. I did have this slightly bigger one, which would fit a lot easier, but then you'd have all that slop in there. And I was like, I don't like slop. We're going to keep it nice and tight. And that worked out perfectly. The size bit we ended up going with was 7/8. So this is a 7/8 inch hole. It fits pretty much perfectly. The only thing I had to do is for the D20 that I want to go in the middle, for some reason on here, it didn't fit 100% perfectly. So I actually had to go in with a file and just notch out just a little bit in the corners where the die actually slides into and the parts that were touching. So I actually had to go in there and hand sand it with a little file all the way around. And it came out pretty good. I would say that the hardest parts were the magnets, which I'm not like 100% on. I feel like it could have definitely been done better. Not having a drill press really affects me when it comes to trying to drill holes perfectly straight to the perfect depth. It's a lot harder with oh, here we go. This is pretty much what I used, and there's my piece of tape to mark the distance that I was going in. If you guys do want to see a full build video on something like this, let me know down below. I will work on making that. This was mostly just to show you guys a cool idea and to kind of, it's a public service announcement for players out there, D&D players that have never shown their DMs any sort of appreciation, even if they're like your friends and you guys are, you know, super tight and whatever. It's just like, if you guys have never gotten them anything and they've done a lot for you guys, just think about it. It's just nice, you know, and I'm sure that they would like something, like some sort of gift. Originally, the gifts were going to just be these super awesome metal die that I found, and they're gorgeous. Our DM doesn't really play physical games. He only plays with us physically, and most of his gameplay is still done on Roll20. But I still think that these are super cool, and they're D&D, and you know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? So, they are so heavy. Like, that hurt my hand when it landed in my hand. All right, so let's kind of assemble this thing, because it does seem a little weird, and there is some little quirks to it. Usually what I will do is I'll just put that piece on there. Obviously, you want the D20. The way that I built this, I kind of have to pop the D20 in first because it has to go in at a certain orientation. Because if it goes in this way, the height is actually slightly higher than the wood, but if it goes in nice and on a flat this way, it'll fit. So yeah, you can't go in that way, you gotta go in like that. I like to face the 20 out. Where is the 20? Jeez. 20, found it. Okay, so we're gonna pop it in like that. We need the flat side sticking out. There it is. Okay. Kaboom. And now we will place that on there. And I would like to put the D6 up there. You know what? Let's face all the numbers that they are out. So that is a D6. This is a percentile. We got a D12. D12. The D4 is a little weird, so we're gonna just like kind of pop them in there, whatever way. It doesn't really affect it because it doesn't really matter. And then what do we got here? D10. So put that 0 out. And then the D8. There we go. So now you got your cool display, and then you just, put it on the table like that. Look at that. It looks so nice. Just kind of right there. And then when you need to D&D, you just pop them out. Boom. Ready to go, baby. That wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys make something like this. And if you do, or if you have any other ideas for something you want me to try to make, D&D related, Harry Potter related, any fun crafty thing, I'm definitely trying to get more into some D&D crafting stuff. I really like this thing, and I really hope he likes it too. And Sebastian, if you're watching this, you're welcome, bud. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any ideas for future D&D, Harry Potter, whatever related videos, crafty videos, leave them down below. And we get a lot of ideas from your suggestions. Even if we don't do the exact thing that you suggest, it still helps. And I've already gotten a few for D&D stuff that I am excited about. And if you guys do want me to do like a full build thing on that, leave a comment down below. If I get enough comments saying that you guys want to see it, then I may just make another one, or one that's very similar to it, minus the glass thing. And I will put a link down below to that that frame that I used for this if you guys want to try to make your own. And you don't have to use Purple Heart. You could use whatever wood that you like. I was going to use a piece of mahogany that I like, but I just thought I like purple. I thought the purple would look cooler. Only reason I chose purple just because I like Purple Heart. It's rare. Some people don't even know about it, so it's just one of those things. It's cool, If you guys want to support the channel, we also have a Patreon page. There's a link down below, and there's also usually one at the end of the video. If you don't, it's cool. Just like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't. Leave a comment, whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.